G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So today we're going to be looking at some Master League battles in Go Battle League. So with Season 2 of the Go Battle League being delayed, I thought I'd give Master League a run through, try and boost up my rank a little bit, because I've been practicing in the Great League and been getting absolutely smashed. So if you've got any tips or team suggestions that I can try out in Great Battle League, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll jump into 5 games of the Master League and see how we go. So first game, so obviously rank 9, and we'll jump in. So got matched up here and threw out Giratina Origin, which is my starter, up against Garchomp there. So decided to stick in this just because my other matchups are not great against Garchomp. So I've got Dialga and Metagross, and so both of them are really, really squishy to Garchomp. So decided to stick into this one. So no shield here, hoping for the Sand Tomb, and it was, thankfully, so saved a shield there. The only problem is obviously defense fall. So for this one, shielded up because I figured it's possibly going to be the Outrage, and it was, so good shield there, really happy with that. So I've thrown my own Ominous Wind there, we'll see what we get. And so really hoping for a shield, and managed to get one, so that's really nice. So now I'm thinking, should I Ominous Wind or should I get out of there? So I've Ominous Winded, and then I'm going to I think what I do is try and switch to catch the next. No, so I don't switch. So I throw up another shield, hoping for a. Yeah, so it's a Sand Tomb, so that's unfortunate. So it would have been really good to get a. And so now I switch to try and catch the Outrage, because Outrage would have taken me out. Try and catch that move, and it is the Outrage, thankfully, not the Sand Tomb. And then they switch into their own Metagross. So I've got a couple of moves on them, so happy with that, and trying to go for the Earthquake. So I've got to the Earthquake and we CMP tied. So at this point I'm wondering how they managed to get to Earthquake before I did, and they didn't. They got to the Meteor Mash, and it's left me with a 1 HP on my Metagross, which is absolutely fantastic. I get to throw the Earthquake, super effective, and one-shots it there. So let's see what comes out. And it's a Togekiss, so that's unfortunate for me. So I'm going to come out, throw the Shadow Ball straight off, because that charm damage just is absolutely outrageous. So now it's time to start farming down. Can I get to an Ominous Wind? No, I can't. So now it's time to throw out Dialga. So let's see how this goes. So obviously the Dragon Breath is going to be resisted by the Fairy typing, and I'm really hoping it doesn't have Flamethrower, which it will, and it does. So they all run Flamethrower and Ancient Power. So they've swapped out, tried to catch the charge move there, and then managed to get away with that one. Fast move down the Garchomp, and then throw the Iron Head on the Togekiss. So managed to get to game 1 there, which is good. So got a bit lucky there catching the Sand Tomb. Not Sand Tomb, catching the Outrage. If it had been the Sand Tomb that hit the Metagross, then that's game over. Would have dropped my defense, and their Meteor Mash would have been enough to take me out. So we'll jump into the second game. So again, leading with Giratina, and they're leading with their own Giratina. So mine is 100%. So it really comes down to whether, well, I should always win the CMP, or at least tie the CMP. And so what I like to do is throw my charge move second in a mirror match. So I'll let them throw theirs, I'll attack once, and then throw my own charge move. And that way, sometimes you manage to get an extra quick move in, so it's definitely worth trying. And then I've got the boost there, so that's absolutely fantastic for me. So I'm obviously going to shield this one up as well, and then it is still just the ominous wind, so happy days. So then I'm going to throw my own, and we'll see how we go. So this should take it down to almost... Oh, so they've managed to... They shielded that one up. And then I get to my ominous wind before they do, which is absolutely perfect because it means they're going to be taken out. And let's see what comes in next. So then we've got, unfortunately, got good old Dialga. So pretty much every team is running Dialga. And then they've switched out on the Shadow Ball. So that's really good switch on their part. Let's see what they've got. Oh, so it's a... Metal, and so 3 very, very popular choices for a team, and actually what I want to run at some point in the future. But Metal, so absolute beast. So throw the Rock Slide out. So I'm going to keep the. So the one I'm going for is the Metagross, and the reason for that is because then I can. Get some energy on this Metagross, hopefully get to the Earthquake for when the Dialga comes back in. So they've just used one... so I'm really hoping to get to the Earthquake before they get to their charge move, and I did. So I had one quick move to get charge to be able to throw that Earthquake, and managed to throw it, and then that's good game there. So getting that boost really helps. Let's be honest, the boost absolutely rips in. So really happy with the boost there. They got the switch out into the Metal, which to be honest probably worked in my favour, and that because it did so much damage, and I could get that quick move it, fast move it, farm it down, so I could throw that Earthquake when the Dialga came back into the battle. So that was really good for me. So we'll jump into the next one and see how we do here. Again, running the same team, and so leading it with Giratina, and again, so head to head, and we'll see how we go. So like I said, try and let them throw the first ominous wind, and they did just that. So shield that up, and I've always shield in the mirror match, and then I will then throw my own ominous wind after one quick move. So get that in, go for the ominous wind, and then they've shielded it up as well. So no boost. So waiting for them to attack. So not attacking, so I'm just having to pull the trigger here, and we'll see how we go. So I'm fully expecting them to shield up as well, just because obviously if they don't shield, they lose all that energy. So they've shielded up, and then they've switched out, and I went straight into the second attack to try and take them out, but they've... jumped out, and I don't know what's coming in, and it's so that's really not good for them. So thankfully I've moved to have the Metagross in the team, because that's absolutely going to rip apart the Togekiss there. The steel typing, absolute dream against fairies. So I'll just pull the trigger straight away. I don't want to over farm at all, because if it gets to the flamethrower, that's not ideal for me. So fully expecting their Giratina to come out. So not committing a shield here. Metagross has done its job. Its job is to take out those fairies, so it's done its job here. So I'll let it take me out. Won't commit the shield, and it will have to burn all of that energy it farmed up to take out the... to take out my and we faint at the same time. So now what is there lastly to come out? So it's Garchomp versus Dialga, so that's really favourable for me, with a shield advantage as well. So I'm going to throw this shield up. It doesn't matter what it is, because I've got to Iron Head at the same time, and it is the Earthquake, so really lucky I threw the shield up there. Throw my own Earthquake, and this is good game, so really happy with that one. Let's just make sure that's actually, yeah, so Garchomp is a problem, but had the shield there, so happy days. Had I used the shield on the Metagross, it's would have wasted the shield and would have possibly lost the game instead of winning it, because if they get to the Earthquake before me, if they get to the Earthquake before I can get to the Iron Head and faint it out, then not good for me at all. So let's jump into the next game. So again, leading with the Giratina into Dialga. So this is really not great for me. So what I decide to do here is attack a few times to get its health down a little bit. Hopefully that way I can possibly get it KO before it does. It can charge up to a second charge move, so it throws the Iron Head to start with, so that's fine. So I'll charge up and throw my own Iron Head. So it looks like, in looking at HP, I've got it into the yellow before it got me into the yellow, so I'm a little bit ahead there. But if you look at, and then it's switched out into the Togekiss, which isn't ideal for me, so I'm trying to get to the Iron Head. Yes, and I got there, so that's really good. So they're going to have to shield this up or take a massive hit. So they're going to have to shield this up, and they do, so that's fine. And then it fast moves me down. So it's I've definitely got the advantage here, but then I'll throw into my Metagross, because obviously it's going to do a powerful amount of damage. So I have to shield this up because it's going to be Flamethrower, and if it is Flamethrower, it's going to do huge amounts of damage to the Metagross. So shielded that up there, so happy with that. So I need to overfarm here, because I know that they're going to it takes a long time for Togekiss to get to charge moves, and the charms aren't doing huge amounts of damage. But I do pull the trigger there because I do not want it to get to another Flamethrower, because it will KO there. So then they bring out their Kyogre, switch into the Giratina, which I fully expect them to switch out into their own Dialga, just because that is a far better matchup for them. So they've switched out just before I got the move off, but was really lucky getting that off and KOing the Dialga. So I don't think they've had enough fast moves here to get to a Blizzard, and it's just the Surf, so that's not going to do much damage. So I can charge up to the Shadow Ball and throw the Shadow Ball. So even if they throw another Surf and it KOs me, I've got a Giratina in the back that has enough for its medium mash. So this should, I think this is within range of taking me out here, this Surf. And it's not, it keeps me with 1 HP, and I fast move it down, so holding on to the Metagross in the back with energy. So it's another game done, so happy with that one. So again, I'm going to keep the same team, and as you can see, the Dialga is boosted. And to be honest, there's a break point there when it's Dialga versus Dialga. So it's definitely worth boosting if you've got Buddy Boost. It's definitely worth boosting the Dialga if you can, just because it's mirrored in so many matches. Lots of people are running it. So again, throw out with a Giratina against the... and then I've thrown out the... altered form. So Giratina against Machamp is obviously a really good match for me. So I've thrown out the altered Giratina, which is a lot more bulky than Origin form. But the Dragon Claws are going to do neutral damage, because obviously they're going to do super effective damage against the Dragon typing of Dialga, but then it's also Steel typing, which resists dragon type, so a bit of neutral damage there. So the Iron Heads are also going to be neutral. The Dragon Breaths are doing super effective damage, so they really go to town on it. So I wanted to throw that Iron Head just because obviously I didn't want it to get to too many fast moves, because it does do a lot of damage. So the Machamp does its job there and absolutely destroys the Dialga. So this is probably going to be Rock Slide, and it is, so that's fine. I just didn't want it to do too much damage to me, so I've thrown the Ominous Wind here. I'm hoping to bait a shield. They've got 2 shields. I've got to start using them, and they have, so that's good. Let's see what they switch to, and perfect for me, absolutely perfect. So they've switched to the Togekiss, and that gives me the chance to switch straight out into the Metagross, throw the charge move. I'm hoping to get a shield here, and I don't, so that's really interesting, because obviously the fighting type moves are going to do neutral damage to my Metagross, so not hugely effective, because of the psychic typing as well. So I'll throw the next Meteor Mash. If they don't shield this up, it's game over, which they will shield, which is absolutely fine. And then I'll fast move down, but I won't obviously make it. And then I'll have a shield advantage and be able to farm down the last little bit with my Giratina. So they're going to throw the Rock Slide straight up, which obviously they're always going to do. And then I'll farm this down, and happy days. So managed to go well there. So in that set of 5, I managed 5 out of 5, up in rank 9. So obviously at the moment I'm pretty low down in rank 9 because I've taken a massive hit because of those Great League battles. Like I said, if you've got any Great League teams, throw them in the comments. I'd love to try them out. Anything to try and get a team that works for me. So 5 out of 5, happy days. And then I wanted to see what I got. And it was Larvitar. So, yeah. Is it? So I'm still looking for a Rufflet. I haven't got one of those yet, so it'd be really handy to be able to get one. And this Larvitar was an absolute pain. It kept breaking out of the balls. So I just and didn't help that I threw like absolute trash. So I was just trying to get it done and out of the way, because obviously it's not going to run away, and it's only a Larvitar, so I didn't really pay that much attention. If you want to get an idea of how to throw properly, I have done a video on that, and I'll link it now. So check out that video, and it will show you how to throw excellent throws. This is a very good demonstration of how not to do that. So don't rush. Take your time. Throw when after the attack, things like that. So watch that video, have a look, and it'll help with the excellent throws. So. And it was even well, it wasn't trash, but it wasn't great either, stats-wise. And then check to see how I go in terms of rating there, and went up quite nicely there. So 25.55, which is nice. So hopefully that was useful for someone. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.